everyone, and welcome once again. Thank you all for joining me today. So this morning I'm in my garage and I'm going to be making some more soil blocks. I've been planting this week. I think I got 47 containers that I winter sowed. I like to do more. I probably will do more later on. And I got a few soil block trays done, which I'm happy with that. I did sow a fair amount of yellow bell peppers because I find they are slow starters. With this Grow Land program, I like for you guys to just be cautious as to when you're planting. Some people are starting certain seeds, I've noticed, way too early. And from past experience, I made the same mistakes starting too early. I try now to be careful and cautious as to when I'm starting certain seeds. This morning now I'm, like I say, here in the garage, and I'm going to do some more soil blocks to sow some more bell peppers. And today is February 7th. Anytime in the next couple weeks is fine to be starting your bell pepper seeds. And as I had told you guys in a previous video, that I did try Promix for soil blocking, and I found that the soil was too loose. So today I'm going to add another ingredient. So I did some of these blocks with this ingredient earlier this week, and I do find that they are holding up. So that might be my go-to from now on with my soil blocks. I'm going to fill this bucket full of compost. I'm going to dump this in this container, and now I am going to put a bucket of Promix. And this soil has been screened. There we go. Now I'm just going to mix these two together. So there's something I just want to run by you guys and let you know. I did mention in a previous video that your compost is living soil. Compost is great to be adding to your garden beds, to be mending your soil. Now, I recently did a video where I found an earthworm into my compost. And I told you guys that compost is living soil. And probably some of you out there are saying, oh my God, she's bringing live soil into her home. Yes, that is correct, I am. Now, if you're a home gardener and you want to use this recipe, which is 50% Promix and 50% compost, there's a couple of things you could do. If you're worried about gnats or other insects that may be in this compost, because like I said, it is living soil, you can bake your compost for 30 minutes at 200 degrees. That's one solution, but it kills everything. Then that soil is dead. And there is another product out there called DE, which I'll put a picture here. Not even going to try to pronounce that word. Butcher a lot of my words, and I definitely would butcher this one. I've been following Lisa Mason-Ziegler, and she's got the same problem that I've got. No access to a proper heated greenhouse. So she grows inside of a building. I was thinking back to Lisa and what she uses, and she does use DE, which I believe she applies once a week, every Wednesday. Now, I'm not sure if she sprays it or if she just puts it in her watering can and lets it absorb. I got to check that one out, and I will keep you guys posted on that. I do not want gnats in my home, just like everyone else, and especially when I'm selling lots of plants, which my plants that I'm growing inside of my home will eventually go to the farm, and I'll be selling them down there. Okay, so now that I've got this soil all mixed, I'm just going to add some water. And it's looking very good. So with regards to soil blocks, always wash your soil blocker after each usage. Now I want to show you guys how to bump up your soil blocks, because I did show you guys in a previous video how to make these blocks, which I just jam it on the soil and push down until it's nice and flat. I want to pull up and release. So these blocks are 3/4 inch blocks, which you can bump up as those seedlings grow. You can bump them up into a bigger soil blocker. So this soil blocker is a 2-inch blocker, which I really don't use, but a lot of the professional growers do use. So with this blocker, there's different attachments that can go inside to either put just a divot, or there's another insert which is the exact same size as the 3/4 inch block. So I'm just going to pull up on this. Now, as you can see, I have 4 lovely soil blocks. If you had your tomato seedlings growing in these and you wanted to bump them up into bigger sale trays, here's what you do. You take the little block and you're just going to insert it into this little hole, and it's just going to fit down there real nice. And there you have it. So no need for plastic containers. I'm going to spend the morning now just soil blocking some 120 trays, and I'm going to be sowing some red peppers and some orange bell peppers. I wanted to show you guys seeds that I had soaking in hot water for the last 24 hours. So apparently both lots of these seeds are laburnum, which this lot right here was given to me by my friend Michelle, who lives in Bishops, and these here were from my neighbor Mary. So laburnum is your golden chain tree, and I'm going to sow some of these seeds shortly using just 72 count sale trays, and I will show those to you shortly. I have 4 trays of laburnum, and that's your golden chain tree. Those seeds are planted. I've got 150 of the pansies, the show Swiss giant, and I've got, I believe, 218 of the coleus rainbow mix. Got a few trays of yellow bell peppers, and I've got a few trays of red bell peppers, orange bell peppers, and Elicano sweet finger peppers. So I will keep you guys posted as to how things are growing. I did notice on my pansies that there is a little sprout starting there, and another one there, and another one here. So that's 3. Oh, and another one here, that's 4. So hopefully now in the next day or so we'll see some life on those. I do add more growth on some of the plants that I did start with the students, and I'll do an update tomorrow or the next day on that. So guys, thanks for joining in, and please hit that subscribe button if you want to follow and watch me as I grow all these seedlings into plants for my farm, and so that you guys can purchase in this 2026 season. Take care, guys.